On some nights, the moon does something strange. As it rises in its full, glowing majesty, a slow darkness begins to creep across its face. The change is subtle at first, a dulling, a shading, as if something were brushing against it. Then, without warning, the bright lunar disk fades away, replaced by a glowing, haunting red orb hanging silently in the sky. This is no illusion, no trick of the atmosphere. It is the beginning of a lunar eclipse, one of the most profound and poetic spectacles in all of astronomy. For ancient people, it was terrifying. A blood-red moon in a darkened sky could signal disaster, revolution, or divine wrath. But for modern science, it is a marvel of celestial alignment, a quiet demonstration of the graceful, clockwork mechanics that govern our solar system. A lunar eclipse is not rare because the moon hides from us. It's rare because it must pass through Earth's shadow, a perfectly timed cosmic event that reminds us we are living on a moving world, among other moving worlds, in a universe that never stands still. To understand a lunar eclipse, we must begin with the geometry of space. Every 29.5 days, the moon completes a cycle, waxing and waning through its familiar phases. At the full moon, the moon sits directly opposite the sun in our sky, with Earth nestled between them. This alignment is what allows for the possibility of an eclipse. But here's the catch. Lunar eclipses do not happen every full moon. Why not? Because the moon's orbit is not perfectly flat. It's tilted by about 5 degrees relative to Earth's orbit around the sun, a tiny angle, but enough to make all the difference. Most of the time, the moon passes slightly above or below the Earth's shadow. The alignment is close, but not perfect. Only when the sun, Earth, and moon line up precisely, with the moon crossing Earth's orbital plane at the exact time of the full moon, does the eclipse occur. These points of crossing are called nodes, and it's only near these nodes that lunar eclipses become possible. When this perfect alignment happens, the Earth's shadow stretches out into space, and the moon quietly drifts into it. Earth's shadow in space is not a single blanket of darkness. It has depth, structure, and layers. As the moon begins its journey through the penumbra, the change is subtle. A faint shading appears along one edge, often missed by casual observers. But as it moves into the umbra, the transformation becomes impossible to ignore. A slow arc of darkness eats into the lunar disk. The curved edge of Earth's shadow creeps across the moon, a powerful visual confirmation that our planet is round, as Aristotle observed over 2,000 years ago. If the moon passes only partially through the umbra, we see a partial lunar eclipse. But when the moon is fully immersed in the umbra, we witness the main event, a total lunar eclipse, a full immersion in Earth's deepest shadow. And here, something astonishing happens. When the moon is completely inside Earth's umbra, it should, by all logic, vanish. No sunlight reaches it directly. In theory, the moon should go pitch black. But it doesn't. Instead, it begins to glow. Not with the silver brilliance of a full moon, but with a deep, rusty red light. A color that seems to rise from the Earth itself. Why? Because even in Earth's shadow, sunlight still finds a way. As sunlight passes through Earth's atmosphere, it gets refracted, bent, around the edges of the planet. But Earth's atmosphere doesn't just bend the light. It filters it. Shorter wavelengths of light, like blue and violet, are scattered out by the atmosphere. This is the same reason the sky appears blue during the day. But longer wavelengths, like red and orange, pass through more easily and are bent toward the moon. That red light, filtered and refracted from every sunrise and sunset around the Earth, bathes the moon in a soft, fiery glow. In essence, during a total lunar eclipse, the moon is being lit by the combined sunsets of the entire Earth. It's one of the most beautiful phenomena in astronomy, and one of the most poetic. A planet casting its shadow, and yet still illuminating its moon. Lunar eclipses don't happen randomly. They follow a pattern, one that ancient civilizations discovered long before telescopes or computers. This pattern is known as the Saros cycle, a period of 18 years, 11 days, and 8 hours, after which almost identical eclipses will repeat. The same geometry, the same shadow, the same cosmic choreography. The Babylonians knew of the Saros over 2,500 years ago. With careful sky watching and centuries of records, they realized that eclipses were not omens, but predictable events, woven into the very fabric of the heavens. Today, we use the Saros cycle to catalog eclipses far into the past and future. Scientists can pinpoint the exact timing, location, and duration of eclipses thousands of years from now, a testament to the precision of celestial mechanics. And in that rhythm lies a quiet reassurance that even amid chaos on Earth, the heavens keep to their schedule. Long before science explained the geometry of shadows, humans stared in awe at the moon's transformation and filled in the blanks with stories. To the Inca, a lunar eclipse was a jaguar attacking and devouring the moon. They would shout and beat drums to frighten it away. In China, it was a dragon swallowing the moon. In India, it was a demon. In Mesopotamia, a lunar eclipse was seen as a direct threat to the king. Celestial unrest mirrored earthly instability. But eclipses also inspired wonder, curiosity, and reverence. In some cultures, they were moments of purification. In others, times of reflection and cosmic connection. Even today, they pull people together, not in fear, but in fascination. Families gather on rooftops. Telescopes are set up in parks. Photographers wait for hours. And for a brief moment, millions of people across the globe pause to witness the sky's ancient performance. We may now understand what's happening, but the feeling remains just as powerful. The beauty of a lunar eclipse is that anyone can see it. Unlike solar eclipses, which require special safety gear and occur along narrow paths, a lunar eclipse is visible to half the planet at once, anywhere the moon is above the horizon. No telescope is required. No filters. Just a clear sky and a bit of patience. As the eclipse unfolds, you can watch the moon change color, brightness, and tone in real time. You can feel the slowness of the celestial dance, a reminder that the universe doesn't rush. And in that moment, standing under the sky, watching a glowing red moon float in silence, you become part of something timeless. People have watched this same event for thousands of years, on mountaintops and deserts, through clouds and firelight, with fear, with joy, with reverence. Now it's your turn. A lunar eclipse is more than a trick of light. It is a cosmic shadow play, a moment when our planet quietly reminds the moon that it's there. It is the Earth casting its presence into the sky, marking time with shadow, and coloring the moon with the memory of sunlight. In every eclipse, we see motion. We see rhythm. We see the Earth and the moon and ourselves, not as separate, but as connected parts of a larger whole. So next time the moon turns red, don't look away. Look up and remember, you are living on a world that moves, with a moon that follows, in a universe that tells its story in light and shadow.